Hemingway? It's loading, huh? Okay, gosh.
It always loads when you first start.
Yeah, let's see if it works.
We're good.
Are we live?
Yes, we're live.
We are live.
Yes.
Well, I'm not sure if anybody's going to be online tonight because we're about an hour and 17 minutes late. But one thing I've learned and I've taught and I continue to teach is you need to enjoy the journey. The obstacles define who we are, and persistence overcomes resistance. And if there's nothing else, we are persistent. Okay, so let's talk tonight. I'll read a few reviews and answer a few questions. If there's anybody online, feel free.
Two viewers?
Oh, we did. We've got some viewers. You are diehards. You guys are amazing. I love it. All right. Well, yeah, it's been an interesting experience. Justice and I have learned a lot, but we still don't understand everything that went on. I think Facebook just wasn't working for us no matter what we did. So we had to try many different things to get back online, but we did it. We're online. You're going to be the recipients of a new announcement, which is nice. And if you have any questions, by all means, feel free to write us. Justice is here. We've got four. We've got four. All right, guys. If you want to share it with others, let them know that we're online. That'd be great. And thanks for joining us. I think that's neat. We're up to 5, and it's growing. Fantastic. I'm appreciative. Thank you. Okay, so when I started Cellercise Rebounding, it was for personal interests and needs first. And as I got these incredible benefits, people began asking me about it. And so I started teaching them, and they started getting the benefits. And then I was invited to speak. I've taken this everything from door to door. We had a telemarketing company. We did trade shows. We ended up with large conventions. I ended up with working with celebrities and doctors and universities. And it's been an incredible journey for the last 35 years. I've had a chance to work with wonderful men, women of all types. Just an amazing journey. But something that I've always remembered, and I learned early, thank goodness, is that the objective wasn't to create the best unit on the market, which I think we have. Something that holds up, has proven itself, and it's it works. It was, the whole purpose was what it had done for me, I knew it could help and do for others. And so I would often go to presentations where people would want me to come and speak, and there may only be a few people, and they'd promise, dozens of people. And initially, that was a little discouraging because it would cost me my time and money to travel where I thought there was going to be quite a few people and starting off. And there weren't very many people there, but I learned something. And I was grateful for those experiences because I held on to the same values today. If I can wake up and if I can help just one person during that day, it's been a good day. If I could go to a program and a trade show and I could help just one person, it's been a good day. And it turned out I was helping hundreds and then tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. But I've never forgotten, it's not about selling a Cellerciser. It's about helping people get results. And so everything I've done is based upon what we can do to improve the experience that people are having in helping them to reach their health and fitness objectives. Because again, that's what it's all about. So let me go ahead and read just a few reviews. Looks like I didn't bring them all. Oh, I've got a couple here. Okay, so Gloria writes, I have a Bellicon, Jump Sport, and a Cellerciser. I find I use my Cellerciser a bit more as I believe it has more of an actual deceleration and acceleration than the others because they have more give. So what she's basically saying is that the others are softer, you can bounce up and down, but they're not having as much acceleration, deceleration. To give you an example of that, the acceleration is the weight against the cell membrane. The deceleration is the weight against the cell membrane. So if you've been in a Volkswagen car and you hit the old ones, and you were to hit the accelerator, you feel the engine's, slowly starting to pick up, and it's accelerating. It's slow. It's kind of sluggish. If you sat in a Tesla and you hit the accelerator, you're going to feel that weight of acceleration pushing your body back. It's more intense. It's that increase of acceleration and deceleration. It's that, I call it resistance, that actually causes the cells to expand and contract and the lymphatic system to circulate. So she's right on. Thank you, Gloria. It says the NASA study was done on a spring unit. That is one reason for my using it more. Plus, I love the portability of the trifold and the wheeled case. It's so easy to take with you. What is good health worth? No excuses, all capitalized. Thank you, Gloria. I concur. I feel much like you do. And there's so much noise out there in the industry today in many aspects of health and fitness. I mean, you look at the fitness industry, in some respects, it's like the pharmaceutical industry. There's lots of pills and lots of drugs that treat lots of symptoms and lots of conditions. There's lots of pieces of exercise equipment that treat the body as muscle groups and body parts. The more you can sell, the more money you can make. In the fitness industry, we've got the wedges, abdominal boards, rowers, ski toners, porta bike, fitness climbers, stairmasters, health riders, Nordic track, Schwinn airdynes, life cycle, life roars, stomach crunchers, thigh masters, ab blasters, solar flex, treadmills, cyclones, body gyms, total gyms, torso track, Bowflex, gazelles, pelotons. The list goes on and on and on. And what they're trying to do is package equipment in a different way to motivate you to add to an ongoing collection, because frankly, that's how they make their money. In the fitness industry, if you treat the body as muscle groups and body parts, there's a lot more muscle groups and body parts that you can target and work on. It's true. Cellercise is totally different. It doesn't treat the body as parts. Number one, it treats the body collectively as a whole, which it is. We can target certain parts, but never at the exclusion of the body as a whole. For example, as we're moving up and down and the body expands, contracts, with the weight on it, the cell membranes end up fortifying their membrane with more protein because they don't want to rupture. It's all weight and all resistance. And it's on everything, as you know, muscles, bones, connective tissues, ligaments, tendons, skin, collagen, protein fibers, all throughout the entire body. And if you want to target certain muscle groups and body parts, then we leverage our own body weight by altering the angle of our body in different positions. And we can work from underneath the chin, the face, the stomach muscles, the chest, the arms, but the rest of the body is still involved. If you look at typical calisthenics, if you're doing a calisthenic, you're generally working one area of the body. And you have to work a lot of body parts to do it. Leg lifts, sit-ups, pull-ups, whatever. On a Cellerciser, whatever you do is never at the exclusion of other body parts. So even when you're Cellercising, you're jogging, and that's great, and it's working the abdominals, and you're getting good aerobic activity. If you tilt backwards slightly, you're leveraging your body weight. So now you're working underneath your chin, the 15-pound head, all the way down the whole front part of your body as you're doing it. That's what makes Cellercise so effective and so efficient. And it took me a long time to realize that for myself, because I always felt it came too easy. My body started to change, it started to adapt, and it's like, I felt like Rachel said when she said, I'm not doing anything. And I said, yeah, it didn't feel like you were doing a lot, but your cells are, because we're harnessing the G-forces. We make simple things often complicated. We don't have to. Cellercise it's simple, and it's good for all ages. And so that's what I started teaching. And people of all ages started getting benefits. And in the process, I learned what we're more interested in seniors. If they have knee issues or joint issues, we need to target the supporting muscles and ligaments in the issue. If they had bladder control or sphincter muscles, or women who've had prolapsed uteruses, we had to alter the approach a little bit on the Cellerciser, even though the rest of the body's involved. And so doing Kegel movements while you're bouncing them down, or sitting down on the Cellerciser, tilting backwards a little bit. So we leverage our own body weight here, and then moving up and down so the internal organs have a little bit more support while they're firming up, because it's weight bearing, so it's working from the inside out. So all body parts and functions were being involved. And I realized that, and people would say, is that all you do? And I say, yeah, that's just this. Is there anything else I do for exercise and fitness?
No.
No, there isn't.
Play with the dog.
Play with the dog, yeah, thanks. That's true, running around with him. But this is it. And I've been doing this for 35 plus years, and I'm thinking, everybody needs to know about this. This is incredible. But my passion is, again, how can I help you achieve your greater health and fitness objectives? Because that's what it's all about. Carolina writes, being both overweight and out of shape, I was looking for a way to turn both issues around. I have a quality treadmill, but never have been able to keep up with it due to the pain in my feet, knees, or back. So I was looking for an alternative. The Cellerciser is all they say it is. I started 6 weeks ago at less than 5 minutes a day and am now up to 20 minutes daily. I have had no injuries from rebounding and did break my pinky toe when not on the rebounder, and I was able to find positions to work on the rebounder in a matter of days, even though I was still walking with a limp. I've seen the benefit of better skin tone, less facial wrinkles, better cardio. I doubled the mileage. I was able to walk the dog in less than 2 weeks on the rebounder. And increased muscle. I have suffered from plantar fasciitis for years, and have found that rebounding barefoot has strengthened my feet, and I do not have any symptoms anymore. I'm no longer stiff when I get out of bed in the morning, and I get up walking like I did 15 years ago. Yeah, my wife accuses me of that too. She says, you wake up and you're just awake. You just bounce out. Because it takes some people a little bit longer to get going. I did not start watching calories until the last 3 weeks. And though my clothes fit better prior to that, I don't believe I lost any weight those first weeks. Now that I'm watching calories as well, I'm consistently losing 2 or more pounds a week without starving. We put the Cellerciser in the family room so that we can use it while watching TV. While I am the biggest user of this, both my teenage daughters and husband will use it. Thank you, Carolina, for sharing that. Felicity writes, being in my mid-50s and living in a cold climate, I was looking for a non-jarring, effective form of movement that could be done inside during chilly months, something inexpensive, especially compared to a gym membership that I could look forward to rather than dreading a workout. Cellerciser delivers all those goals and more. I now do the health bounce for a couple minutes several times a day and 10-minute cardio strength sessions 5 days a week. The preliminary results are fantastic in every way, mind and body. Thank you, Felicity. Yes, Justice. Oh, no, okay. Yeah, Cellercise is fun, it's easy, it's convenient, it's economical, it's safe, it's portable, it's all those things. You don't have to travel, you don't have to change, get into expensive different clothes. We make it fun, and if you can incorporate it into something that you like to do, it's not a workout anymore. I call it a play-in. Let's play in, and let's get the benefits. And we're going to talk a little bit about the app in a moment, and the purpose behind that, because a lot of people don't understand. And I really want to make it understood that you look at children today, and so many of them are just playing computer games and gaining weight and sitting on the couch and watching shows and not getting the exercise or the benefits they need and suffering as a result of that later in life or as they're growing older. And they don't feel good. They don't want that. They're in a bad habit. And we need to change that. And we want to do it where it's not real hard, not real difficult, not a chore. And so one of the reasons I created the Mr. Rebounder app, and we've got a little avatar, maybe we'll do a little spaceman today. We're going to create a little routine so you can see how to do it, is that they would create the routine, and parents, you would tell your children or grandchildren, you're welcome to watch the show, but turn on the app, pick one of the routines, and you can watch the show while you're doing the routine. And the purpose of that is they're watching a television program. The app itself will ding in between each movement. So you can mute the music. You don't have to have the music playing. And when you mute the music, ding, look down, you see the movement, watch the show. Ding, next movement, watch the show. You're not working out. You're playing in, you're doing you're getting all the benefits. But it becomes a habit. You begin to enjoy. You're looking forward to the next show, and you know you've got to get on the Cellerciser to do it. And that's what we do in our family. That's what's made it work so effectively for us. And you've got over 45 different routines that you can pick from, plus you can create your own because you got a library of 65 different movements, and we're adding to it. We're going to be adding more this year. And anybody who gets in on the Mr. Rebounder app will be grandfathered. Their price will not go up. When our costs go up, theirs won't. They're locked in. So for as long as they maintain a subscription. So the point I'm making is that the app was designed to target certain objectives, whether it's weight loss, knee problems, hip problems, back problems, shoulder problems, digestion, elimination issues. You pick one of the routines that will incorporate those movements so you can get those results. Yes, Justice.
Frida says, I turn my ankles inward when I walk. Should I wear shoes while jumping on my Cellerciser or just barefoot?
Just barefoot. You don't want to think of it, you know, it's like people ask me about the balance bar. They say it's wiggly, it's wiggly. Yeah, that's good. We want that. And they say, why? Because it looks flimsy. And we've talked a little bit about this. I said, for the same reason for your ankles, or they say at the timberline, where the storm strikes with its greatest fury, the sturdiest trees are found. And it's true. We want to challenge the body. We don't want to become dependent. You know, they have other trees that they put the stakes right alongside of them, and they keep the stake as they keep getting bigger and bigger. And those trees are weaker. They're weaker. They haven't had an opportunity to learn how to become more resistant to the forces or the winds around them. And the balance bar is very similar to that. You understand the training wheels on a bike. Well, when you're first riding, you got the back wheel and the two training wheels on the ground to help give you support where you're learning how to pedal. As you get better, those training wheels come up a little bit. You have a little bit of tilt, a little bit movement. You're starting to get a little bit more balance and developing that balance without feeling too threatened. As you get better, the training wheels come up a little bit more, and now you're learning to balance yourself pretty well. Well, if you can remember what it was like, and many of you have heard me talk about this, when we were kids, or you can imagine being a kid and standing on a fence post, and you're on the fence post and you're walking across the railing. You're balancing yourself across the railing, and you're using the proprioceptors in your nervous system and brain activity and your muscles all over your body to do that. And you're getting stronger as a result of it. If you were to stand on that same fence post and you're going to walk across the railing and you grab a pole and you hold on to the pole while you scoot across the railing, well, you're no longer using dynamic balance. You're using what's called static balance. That's not going to help you. You're actually becoming more dependent upon the pole. And that's why as we lose balance, you see people getting walkers. They rarely ever go back the other way. They're becoming more dependent upon the walker until we start challenging our body again so that the body can get stronger, which it can. And we've had many examples of that on the Cellerciser. If you were to stand on that same fence post, you're walking across the railing and now you grab a willow branch. The willow branch has movement, but your ability to negotiate your balance improves dramatically simply by being able to hold on to that willow branch. Well, the Cellerciser has all the properties. So when you get on it and you pull the bar toward you, right now that's stiff. It's not going to go anywhere. That's great. That's like the pole. But without you even knowing it, as you get better and better, your hand is just going to be on the bar. But your balance, your dynamic balance is going to get better and better, and that's what we want you to take with you. So the foot is the same way. When you wear a shoe is more restrictive in its flexibility. So your foot wants to move to support your natural alignment. Muscles, ligaments, bones, you've got over half your bones in your foot, a crazy number of bones. And all these bones are moving to support your movement. Now, if you wear a shoe, they're restricted by the degree of flexibility that the shoe has. And so then the foot can be more compromised. Now, initially, we want to do exercises or movements that focus on the muscles and the ligaments supporting the foot. And so doing things like standing on the Cellerciser, and I'm going to show you what this is in a minute, and just keeping your feet straight ahead, taking your knees, pushing them out a little bit, keeping those feet in the right position, and then doing the Jamba walk, for example. You're going to be starting to strengthen your natural alignment. And you will, and you'll feel it, and that's okay. But over time, those movements become stronger, and they help us in all of our normal day-to-day activities, which is what we want. Okay, so Bob writes, rebounding is such a great exercise. I've been using my Cellerciser for 6 weeks, and I notice my body is getting noticeably more toned. I am 57, and I'm feeling really good. I look much younger than my years, and rebounding is helping out with my cause. I hope to have a beach body by summer. I might just reach my goal. Love it, Bob, and thank you for all of those who are willing to share your stories with us. Jenny writes, I did weights for years, and she capitalizes every letter in years, and never saw results like these in my muscle tone. I saw it said in his group to trust the Cellerciser process, and that's exactly what I did. That's what I'll continue to do because I see my body getting stronger every day before my eyes. My goal isn't weight loss, and I'm not dieting, following any particular diet. My only goal was to have fun, feel good, be happy, and to get strong. That's it. Thank you. That was from Jenny. And, you know, I do talk to men too, and all the time. And they have testimonials, but it's a little harder to get them to write them in. So if you're a gentleman and you've gotten some good testimonials, feel free to write those in as well. Appreciate it, and appreciate it, Bob, and all of you who shared tonight. Okay. When doing the health bounce and other Cellerciser workouts, do we keep legs straight or knees a bit bent? That's from Lily. Oh, okay, on the health bounce, there are two ways of doing that. When you keep your legs straight and you lift the heels up and down, you're pumping the calf muscle. That's good because that's the weak area of circulation in the body. When we had edema, swelling, varicose veins, it's hard for the heart to pump that circulation up. So you're lifting the heels up and down, it's pumping that circulation. When you bend at the knees, instead, you're flat-footed on the mat and bending at the knee, you're now working the muscles in the knee. Nothing wrong with that. You're still getting a pumping action, and you're building up the knee. But it's just a little bit differently. Best shoulder exercises. I have a possible rotator cuff tear. I think we read some of these last week, I thought. Maybe not. But when you're bouncing, you hold your elbows in front and bounce in this position for a few moments. Lift it up over your head for a few moments. Out to the side for a few moments. You're opening up the rotator cuff, but the movement up and down is massaging those muscles and ligaments. We've worked a lot with physical therapists. There are specific movements you can do if you've had shoulder surgery, where you can support the shoulder with your other hand while you're bouncing up and down. The tissue is being massaged at the cellular level. That can help speed up the healing process and increase circulation. Of course, consult with your doctor before you begin any fitness program, including Cellercise, if you have a medical condition. Okay. People experience weight loss using the Cellerciser. Yeah, I think one of the biggest, yes. Dennis lost 98 pounds in 6 months. Mike lost 68 pounds in 6 months. Joan lost 60 pounds in 6 months. And we have one lady who called us up, and she was quite overweight and just was a couch potato. She'd sit in front of the couch and eat snacks and had gained quite a bit of weight. And we asked her, how serious are you at losing the weight? She said, I'm serious. I said, okay, then take your couch out of your living room and put just a Cellerciser there. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. But you're going to learn to become a Cellercise potato instead of a couch potato. And so she did that. 3 years later, we get a phone call. And this lady calls us up and says, I lost my sister. And we're sorry. She wasn't. She said, I've lost 192.5 pounds in the last few years since Cellercising. That's what it's all about. So yes, you can lose weight on the Cellerciser. We've got some great reviews, testimonials of people who've done that. Okay. Let's do one more, and I'm going to work on it. It says, can you show a close-up of how you do the face workout for firmer jaw and firm neck workout? There is a program, and it does make a difference, and it does work, and I've shared it a number of times. But it's where you smile with the cheeks. So it's a smile that lifts the cheeks up. You don't pucker. You smile with the cheeks. That lifts these muscles. You're going to hold that position once you're smiling with the cheeks. And then you bounce. And you can do that during your whole routine. As you bounce with the muscles in that position, the collagen in the skin are flexing around that musculature. And we've had that one lady who called me up and said, David, I've saved $7,000 on a facelift. So yeah, those are, and you can tell the difference when you do it and when you don't do it too. So, all right. Let's go. I'm going to take, if there's any other questions, feel free to, this conversation, interesting programs tonight. So if you have any questions, if you want to ask anything personally, go ahead. That's kind of what we're here to do, is connect with each other right now. But I want to talk a little bit about the Mystery Rebounder app and how fantastic this thing has been. I've learned to love it and appreciate it. It's different. When I was doing Cellerciser years ago, people kept asking me, well, do you have a follow-along? I just want to follow along and do a workout with you. But I want to get, on a videotape. And I'm like, I didn't want to do that because everybody weighs different. They bounce different. They're at different levels. One size doesn't fit all feet. That's not true with the Cellerciser. But with the movements or routines, I want to reach everybody. So that's when and many, again, have heard the story, when I called my attorney up and said, what if we do this instead? And it had never been done before. And that's when I created separate movements and routines that we could combine to create a whole routine based upon the goal and objective. And I created the categories. So if we go to, Justice, can you zoom in on the TV screen a little bit so they can see this? So when we go, oh, by the way, when you're logging in, if you have the little face icon here, it can, and you have that turned on, and then you say, remember me, over here in the corner. You got that little remember me button right up there. and then you hit the face icon. It'll identify you so you don't have to put in your password all the time. Most people don't know that. Now this page comes up here. It says logged in. You were logged on another device. Don't worry about that. It's very likely they were doing an update on the app itself. I don't know why it does it this way, but sometimes when they do the update, then you just say, yeah, I'll log out of other devices and continue to log in. Say yes. Just go ahead and say yes.
I sign in.
What?
It does that because I sign in on my computer. Your account.
Right.
So you have to sign in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just sign out. And so that way thank you, Justice, one person in the whole family, one account. You can use one account for everybody. They just need to know your login information. So Justice was saying, you know, if I've been on it and then he logs in, he has to log me out. And then when I get back in, I'll get that same message. I have to log back in. Or if it's been an update, you just do the same thing. Okay, so if you're looking at the app, you see up here in the top right-hand corner, there's a little circle guy. Should have one of those long sticks. That guy up here, I don't know if you can see this. He's right up there. That's a little male icon. If you want to change it to a female, we're going to go ahead and click on that. And then on the side menu, you've got the account info, you've got the health tracker, technical support, settings. I'm going to go to settings. When you go to settings, it's the top one. Can they see that? Just the top one up there is so small. It says default time length. That's the amount of time between each movement. Unless you want like 3 seconds or 5 seconds between going from one movement to the next movement, you can do that. Or if you click on that, you can put a default time length, and that what I put is 0.01 because I don't really like a lot of time in between each movement. So you put that in there and just submit, and it'll keep it. Now, if you're dealing with metric scale instead of imperial, which in other words, 160 pounds versus kilos, and you want the standard units to be imperial, you just hit the imperial, and then you've got a drop-down menu. You can do either metric or imperial. You only have to do this once. So you set it to imperial, set it, save it, submit it. Now everything, when you're putting in your weight and your height and your birth date, it's all going to be in standard measurements. And then in the top, be sure when you've done that, hit in the top right corner, hit save. And it will save it, update successful, go back, and now I'm going to hit it again, and I'm going to go into account info. And in the account info, that's where you're going to determine what kind of avatar you want to use. Whether you're a male or a female, you want to use the Space Cadet for kids. I think we'll do that tonight. So you go to account info, and you're going to write your personal information, and then your gender, and then you just save that. And I'll give you an example on the birth date, because that needs to be done. Click birth date, and I'll go to birthday, and you just go to the year. If it starts at the very beginning, like year 1, you have to scroll a lot to get to your birth year date. You go confirm, and that's it. Now, at the top, since I've chosen myself as a male, you will see there's 3 icons. You've got the male, you've got a darker skinned male, and you've got the Space Cadet. So I'm going to pick the Space Cadet. I'm going to save it, submit it, so that now when I create a routine, if I'm creating a routine for a child or a grandchild, it's going to be the Space Cadet. Hopefully this is helpful. All right, so now we're going to go back. And if you pick one of the pre-made routines, and you can tell the child, you know, pick one of the routines that they want to do, and you know, say they pick the 6th routine, for example, and once you pick it, you'll see the routine. You'll see in the top right-hand corner again, you've got 2 buttons. One of them is a clone button. So if I were to hit it looks like a square on top of a square. That's a copy button. If I were to click on that copy button, I just copied everything in that routine. I can give it a new name now, change the name, and I can go and I can remove certain movements, or I can create certain movements. So I'll click out of that. And when I create certain movements, I will add to it. That's the plus sign in the top right-hand corner. So you'll see a plus. If you hit the plus, it takes you to a list of all the different movements that you can pick from. And here you've got strengthening the arms, the back, the stretches, the neck, the chest. You've got all these different, I mean, there are 65 different movements here. And when you pick one, so they'll have to be downloaded. And when they do updates, sometimes you have to re-download some of the movements, but you just go ahead and hit that little icon. And once you've hit them, okay, I'm going to show you. So if I hit on that movement, it's now going to show. I'm going to take a picture of that because it should be showing the whole thing. It's going to be showing what that movement is, and then you put the amount of time you want to add. Now this movement here, that's for people that are having back issues. You want to open up the lower back. So if we were going to do, let's just pick, let's do something fun. Okay, let's do the sit and bounce. So they're doing the sit and bounce. Oh, now you're going to pick the amount of time you want to add that movement. And these are all in seconds, so you just go, you know, if you can go 30 seconds or whatever you want, and then you're going to add it. So let's create a quick little routine. We're going to start off by, we could start by scratch, or we could pick a pre-made routine. You know how to pick a pre-made routine. I just showed you. You hit the clone button. You can go, you can take movements out, create new movements. You give it a new name, and then you save it. If you want to add movements, I showed you, you go up to the top right-hand corner, you hit the plus sign, you add a movement. Now, if you want that movement in a different position, you put your finger on, hold it there for a moment, and you can drag it up. So you can move. So when you're adding new positions down at the bottom, it'll add at the bottom. You can draw that movement up to the position you want, and then hit save, and then you'll end up creating your whole new routine. So real quick, let's create a workout. And so when you go back to the home screen, you'll see, oh gosh, there's more. I didn't tell you how to, you can change the background. So let's do that. So if you go into a routine, and let's say you want to, this is the 4th routine, and you click that other button up there on the top right next to it, you can pick your background images. So you just click on that button there. You can scroll down depending on the mood you're in. You can pick, that's kind of cool. You can pick your different background images. So again, it's got a lot of versatility toward it, and it's going to have more. So you just kind of pick one, and there it is, and remind me to. All right, so we're going to go back, and we're going to create a routine. So go back to the beginning. And we hit the little button right up there. It says create workout. So we create workout. We're going to give it a name. Cellercise kid routine. And we'll say number 1. And so we're going to add that. And we gave it a name. Now we're going to add a movement. So we're going to do the health of baby bounce. We talked about, and we're going to do that for, say, 30 seconds. Help relax the body and get the body warmed up and prepared. So we're going to add that. So underneath there it says add workout. So we're going to add that. The movement has been added to your workout. Okay, now we're going to go to the next movement. We got the baby bounce. Let's do let's do the twist. So we're going to go down to the twist. And we're going to do that for 30 seconds. So kids, help them with digestion, elimination. We're working on the smooth muscles. And we're going to add that to the workout. Okay. And now let's do some running. So we're going to add that. And it should show the whole thing when we do the routine. But we're going to add, let's run for a minute. That's, so you go up to 60 seconds. And you add that. And then let's do the ski patrol. So depending on what level they're at, we've got more than one ski patrol option. And there's just one. You're just getting some coordination skills or jumping side to side. But it's working the hips, the thighs, and the knees as well. And so we add, say that for, I do it for a minute. It's great. And add that to the workout. You say, okay. And then we could do, where's the stomach run? There we go, stomach run. Okay, the stomach run is, they're tilting backwards a little bit running now. So they're leveraging the weight on the abdominals quite a bit more. So we're going to do that. Let's say, do that for a minute. Kids have lots of energy. And it helps the immune system as well. Okay, and then depending on what level they're at, let's do the front kick. And that's going to be leveraging your weight even more, a lot more intense than just doing a sit-up. The whole body's still involved though. Remember, we're doing the whole body. We're just leveraging it in the front. Let's do that for 30 seconds. Not sure I got that right. Okay, and then we're going to do the, let's do the side kick. And we're going to add that. See, these are no-nonsense movements. There's nothing crazy, but they're extremely effective. Leveraging that much weight when you're coming down with one leg up, that really starts to work the whole side of the rib cage as well as the obliques and the hips as well. So we're going to add that to the workout. And then let's go ahead and do a back kick. And you're getting the idea. So, I mean, there's a lot of different movements you can create. And you can see the right form. Just put your finger on it and you can turn it around. And we're going to do that one for 30 seconds. The whole purpose of this is make it fun, but let's make it effective, and let's make it something that we can accomplish with. Okay, now let's give them something a little more intense. Let's do the Jamba walk. Yeah, let's do that one. Okay, we're going to do that. For kids, they're going to feel this, okay? Whoops. I'm good. Okay, that's good. I'm glad I did that. I'll show you how do we correct that. Okay, so we're going to do this for a minute. Can they do it for a minute? Probably not. Not when they first begin, but that's okay. So we're going to add that. And you get the general idea of how to do this. And so from the Jamba walk, we'll do the health bounce for 30 seconds. And then I would probably add that to the workout. Okay, I'd probably repeat that, and I'd repeat it several times while they're doing it. If they're a little older and you want to do the arm movements, the curls, arm curls. I have to download those first. You could do that as well, and you just add to it. And when you go back, so this is what I have so far. There was one I did, see the Jamba walk, the third one from the bottom, I hit the wrong button, and it added that, and I don't want that, so I'm just going to hit the little trash can here. I got rid of it. I've given it a name, and this is just a basic routine. You can add a photo, and it'll go through, a bunch of photos that you can do and say, just pick some super photo thing. And then the bottom, you hit the save button. Be sure to hit the save button, but only do it once after everything's complete here. And when you hit save, your workout created safely. And so now, if you look at the bottom, there's more. I mean, you've got some neat features in here, little achievements. I had a lady call me up today. I can't get on my routine. And I want to see the trophies, because we have these little trophies that come up that are, as you continue to Cellercise, you continue to add these little trophies, and you get more and more trophies. And obviously I've got a lot of trophies here, but and it's just kind of fun. It's designed to help motivate you and keep us all going. I'll go back to home. I created the workout. At the very bottom right here is my workouts. Over here is an alarm button. You can actually schedule the time that you want to do your routines and have a reminder come onto your smart device, your iPad or your iPhone, and put the days and the time that you want, and then pick the alarm, the type of alarm signal you want as well, so that it reminds you, hey, did you do your Cellercise today? Okay, so we're going to go back. I'm just showing you that there's a lot of versatility here, and there's more. And it's fun because what you're going to be doing is watching a show. And let's go ahead and do the workout. So I'm going to pick my workouts at the bottom of the screen, and then my workouts come up, and we're going to do the one that we just added for kids. I just have to find it. Cellercise routine 1, Cellercise kid routine 1. So I'm going to click on that. And then you're ready to start. So you can start, when you start, okay, so you've got a whole music library. You don't have to listen to that music. You can actually pick additional music to play as well. But what I'm going to do, in the bottom left-hand corner are 2 little music signals. I'm going to click that. Whoop. So I just muted the music. But what's neat is that it will ding in between each movement. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit. If I fast forward, you hear the ding. So you're watching the TV show, ding, you look down, oh, next movement. Kids doing next movement. And I'll just advance it quickly. You see the next movement. And the kids can see what kind of posture they have and so on and so forth. And when you're all the way done, which is why I didn't want to make it too long, you're done. Congratulations, you rock. You've been awarded 4 points. And that goes into all those little jewels that are accumulating. And so You can give your kids a little prize. They reach a certain number of joules, give them a prize. But the neat thing is they're doing something they enjoy doing. They're picking something they enjoy watching. But they're also getting the benefits and the health. And that's why I created it. What can we do to get them off the couch and help get results? Justice, yes?
Maureen says, any help for pulled hamstring?
Pulled hamstring. Oh, yeah, gentle movement up and down, of course. And then as you're doing the movement up and down, you're warming up the tissue. Rocking side to side is good. And that's great. The gentle twist is great. And then reaching down, grabbing the Cellerciser and rocking back a little bit, where you lift one leg up, tilt, lift one leg up here. And when you pull your toe up.
Let me go out. I thought you were still going to be on the screen.
Oh, I'm not on the screen? Okay.
I thought you were still doing it.
Oh, no. Okay. Sorry about that. What are we doing? It's loading? Okay. So these are what I'm going to talk about next. Am I back? Are we good? Okay. So hamstring. Gentle movement up and down to help create circulation. Rocking side to side. Gentle twist in the hip socket area. So it's doing it this way. Then grabbing the Cellerciser, bending over, tilting backwards a little bit, leaning to the left, and just lift your toe up. And then gently bounce. And you may hear some popping in the back. You may hear some releasing. You do the same thing on both sides. And then end up with a gentle baby bounce again. Real simple. Very effective. Okay. So many of you, for the last year, at least, it's been over a year now, you've seen me wear these. Yes, Justice, go ahead.
Angela says, brother has a gout in right foot. Can he hang that foot over the bounce?
Oh, yeah.
On left foot to help heal him?
Yeah, good idea. Yeah, the movement up and down. Okay, so she does gout. Oh, it's painful until you can put pressure or weight on it. Hanging it over the side and gently bouncing up and down is still pumping circulation. You've got valves all over the body, millions of them, sucking as you gently move up and down. And over time, that suction can help, especially at the lower extremities. That's hard for the heart to get that circulation too. So you're pumping with the heart when you're Cellercising, and that can expedite the whole healing process. I've said, we're all made up of cells. And doesn't it stand to reason that if each one of our individual cells were stronger, healthier, and working more efficiently, that our body parts and functions would also be stronger, healthier, and working more efficiently? Doesn't that stand to reason? Cellercise is designed to help the body do what it already knows how to do. We just want to help it do it more effectively. And as we improve the circulation through the body, we help the body reduce inflammation. We help the body increase oxygen nutrients to those areas of the body. We help break up sticky blood cells and backflush valves and open up capillaries. And without jarring, without tearing down, without creating stress or unnecessary jarring on the joints, it's not necessary. You can, but if you do that and you like to do that, that's all right. I'd recommend you get on the Cellerciser afterwards so you're able to do that for a longer period of time. Okay, so with that in mind, we're getting ready to introduce, check my daughter here. We just have to get our pictures done, but so many of you have been so patient. So Jenna, let me find Jenna. Oh, geez. I'm going to have nightmares on this thing tonight. What was that?
You have the TV show, and I'm assuming that's on just you.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I'm just checking. No, you don't need the TV shot. I'm just checking with Jenna, finding out what we were putting together some pricing. Jenna, where are you? There we go. Okay, there we are. Okay, so The reason I like these shoes, they're not shoes. They're like a second skin. They've got an arch. They support my foot. Justice, where do I wear these?
Everywhere.
Yeah, I wear them everywhere. I do. I go shopping. I go hiking. These things, it's like you're almost barefoot, but you have protection around the foot. And the foot is allowed to move. So the bones, muscles, and ligaments, they can all move to support your natural alignment. And I've looked for a pair of these for years, and finally somebody made them, and I thought, oh gosh, these are great. So I wanted to make a better pair, and we did. And we've got, in fact, we have some of our affiliates. If you're interested in these, we've got a way that you can also sell these. We want to get them out to the public for anybody that has any mini trampoline, and that's fine. But it's got our logo here, and we're going to call these Celli shoes, C-E-L-L-I, or Celli soles, Celli soles, S-O-L-E-S. So the Celli soles are extremely flexible, and they've got a great bottom on it, and these feel, they're like walking on a cloud. They really are. So we're going to make these available. The normal price is going to be $32.99. They last a long time. These things don't wear out fast at all. So, and they've got great support. You can go rock climbing these. You can go in the water. You can go in a creek bed or whatever. They just feel great. And so anyway, we're going to make them available. You can pre-order these if you're interested in ordering these, you want to be contacted when they're available, which they're available now. We just have to get the pictures and get them put up on our website. But if you think you're going to be, because they're limited quantity, we don't have a lot of these, but I wanted to make them available for those people who wanted to try them because I think they're just fantastic. They hold up so well. Just go ahead and write to Cellercise. Write to Dave Hall, D-A-V-E-H-A-L-L @cellercise.com, so that we can reserve a pair for you. And I'm just sharing this with our Cellercise family. Everybody who watches this program will have an opportunity to get a pair. I'm going to leave these on. They've got great support. They've got great ankle support. You can move around on the Cellerciser. There's only a few movements that I wouldn't wear these on, and that, this one here, I mean, you can, and then the kickouts. I would take them off because I like to move around. I mean, you can wear them. I just like to feel better without them, but for kickouts, but everything else you can. Okay, so we've got men's, and we've got women's. So if you want them, that's great. And then we have one more surprise for women, and this is our little Cellerciser logo. We've got
Anjali said, can we call?
Yeah, you can call. If you call my direct line, 435-562-4457, and just leave a message anytime. I'll get the message. I'll put you on the list. Good question. Thank you. Now these are like a yoga type shoe. They're a little different. They're a little more expensive. They're really, really compact. And my daughter Jenna found these, and they've got the little Cellercise logo on the inside and on the bottom as well. But they're going to be in this color, and they're really easy to take wherever you want. And you've got nice support. They're flexible. They're a lower top. You can still wear them on Cellerciser, but because they're so comfortable, we're going to make those available too. And yeah, feel free to share it with people. Let others know about it. We're going to, okay, so the normal price is $32.99 for these kind right here. The white ones are going to be $38.99. And for everybody right now who pre-orders, you're going to get an additional 15% off. So it drops it, the one into the $28 range, I think, and then the others in the lower 30s. So feel free to call and leave a message. Thank you for being with me this late, at night. I appreciate your joining us, and I hope I've shared something that was beneficial, that might be helpful. If you do, you think it can be helpful, and you want to share it with other people, please do. And if you have any questions, give us a call. If you want special needs or you want to share your customer review, you can go right to our website, go to our reviews section, scroll down just a little bit, and you can type right in there comments or thoughts that you would be willing to have us share with others in the Cellercise family. Thank you so much. We're doing well. We've had lots of obstacles this last week. Love it though. Cellerciser, for those who pre-ordered the Cellerciser, the balance part, they're being shipped out later this week. So we're all caught up finally. Feel free to order your Cellerciser or gifts or share it with other people. We also have, and many of you probably know this, when you get ready to check out, when you're buying a Cellerciser, if you can't, because they're an investment. They'll last decades, but they're an investment. We have a payment option. So whether it's Shop Pay or Amazon Pay or PayPal or Afterpay, I don't know what all we have, several of them, you can pick one of the payment options at checkout. Same as cash, but you can budget over a longer period of time and still get your unit. So thank you for sharing. Thanks for being a part of the Cellercise family. And I look forward to speaking with you in a couple weeks, and we'll see how we're going to be practicing on this. I'm going to get a new computer, number one. I think there's a bug on that one. And we'll see if we can't make it on time in a couple weeks. Thanks again. Appreciate all of you, everything that you are, everything that you do. Thank you. You be well. Remember, you don't have to work out when you play in.